All right. We're good to go.
Are we live?
Yeah. We are.
Hey, I realize it's evening, but this is Coffee Talk. Oh my God. And guess where I am? Can you guess where I am? Anybody? If you care to guess where I am right now.
Dallas.
Are you guessing Dallas
No,
for real?
it's-
Come on, people. You know where I am. I am in Sin City, which is I'm eating Pringles for dinner. Sinful right here. Are these not the most delicious thing in the world when you want salt?
They're so good.
They're so good. It's absolutely incredible. All right. So I'm Mel Robbins. This is Coffee Talk. And I'm in Vegas with Mandy and a bunch of my team members. And Coffee Talk is our weekday broadcast that is typically done in the morning, where we either bring you behind the scenes or we share with you a little bit about what's going on, and where you get full access to what my team and I are building. We're showing you what we're doing. We are bringing you along for the ride. We are telling you what's working, and we're also explaining what's not working, so that hopefully you'll think more about the things that you're doing and you'll avoid the mistakes that we make all the time. I forgot what I'm supposed to talk about today. Well, so this morning I woke up in Dallas. I want to thank everybody in Dallas that was at the I'm terrible with acronyms. NEMRA, National Electrical Manufacturer Retail Association. It was absolutely incredible, and I was so honored to share the 5-second rule. And one of the really cool things that happened this morning is that I'm sorry. Here's what I have to explain to you. I have been awake for I don't know how many hours, but I woke up in Dallas at 6 a.m. and I have really not eaten a whole lot today. I gave a speech that
We get a D- in self-care today.
Self-care is a and so you are viewing Mel as the human example of running on empty. Okay, so I think my thoughts are going to be a little bit more ADD than usual, a little bit more disjointed than usual. So Jim Danagelis, who is a really cool guy that I went to school with, we met in 4th grade when I moved to town in Muskegon, Michigan, knew each other all the way through high school. I haven't seen him in like a decade, and he was at the speech. And what was really interesting is when we hugged each other goodbye, it was really emotional. And I think that what happened for me, I think many of you know that I lost a very good friend to a pulmonary embolism last week. And what I've come to learn is that that is something that you can actually diagnose and treat somebody for. And what's really sad is that my friend went to the hospital and complained about shortness of breath, and they never gave her an x-ray. And I've heard so many incredible stories. I shared this in our newsletter on Thursday, Take 5. If you're interested in being on that list, just go to melrobbins.com. Right on the homepage there's a sign up for our free newsletter. Hundreds of you wrote to us about the fact that you've also lost somebody recently. And today in Dallas, I even met a woman who took Mindset Reset. She's a huge fan. She gave me an awesome essential oils gift while I was there. And she introduced me to her husband. She got really choked up because he had a pulmonary embolism that they caught. And
they a few comments
survived.
are saying that, almost lost someone and they caught it.
Yeah, and so I've just been in a very emotional place. And so seeing Jim, somebody from my childhood who I just always really liked, like, we're good friends. When you go to high school where there's only 70 kids, you're good friends. But we weren't like best friends, but I always just dug the guy. And we had a really deep, awesome conversation last night, and I learned some things about his childhood. He learned some things about mine that we never knew about each other. And it was a real reminder that you just don't know what's going on in other people's households or in their heads. And it is so important to always be kind to people because you just don't know what they're going through. There's no need to ever be a douche to somebody. And if there's one thing that I really hope that Chris and I are imparting on our kids is that it's to lead with kindness. It just always matters. And so what was really interesting is when I said goodbye to Jim, I literally gave him like 4 or 5 hugs. We both were like crying, saying goodbye to each other. And I think it's because when you hit the 50 mark or when you see people from your past, it's such a reminder of how fast time is going, isn't it? And just how often, if you're somebody like me who has a habit of beating yourself up, of wishing that you were a little bit different person when you were younger, wishing that you were a little bit kinder, wishing that you knew a little bit more about what was going on in other people's lives. And one of the things that I say all the time that's really empowering for me is that if you know better, you do better. And when you know better, you will do better. And one of the biggest lessons from my life, and certainly one of the huge lessons from our brand new project with Audible. So despite the fact that I'm exhausted, we dropped, boom, a brand new audiobook with Audible yesterday. If you haven't heard about it, it's called Take Control of Your Life, How to Silence Fear and Win the Mental Game. It is 10 hours long. And it is a incredible experience because it's 10 hours long and it's all content about fear. And it's content about how fear is stopping you in ways you don't even realize. And that fear is in your body and you feel situations that make you afraid or nervous before you think about them. That your body sends you signals when it's on edge. And you probably don't even know what those signals are. And so if you feel stuck and you can't get out of a thinking pattern, or you constantly are in the same kind of broken relationship, or you can't stop beating yourself up, I want you to learn the mind-body connection, the body intelligence that is hardwired to fears from your childhood. This stuff will blow your freaking mind. I learned so much doing this project called Take Control of Your Life with Audible. It launched yesterday in just one day. It's already a bestseller on Audible, but more importantly, people are binge listening to it because they cannot believe how valuable the content is. So what happens is I set up the project. What's your biggest fear? How is fear holding you back? If you don't know what fear is your biggest fear, list the things out for me that you're not doing in your life. That's where fear is. And then we coach 6 people that have fears that everybody can relate to. The fear that you're not going to figure out what to do with your life. The fear that your relationship is not going to work out and you're never going to feel fully loved. The fear that you're disappointing people. I mean, just the universal stuff we all deal with. Intense coaching sessions, super emotional, hilarious, crying, everything.
Oh my God, Casey just popped on.
Casey! Hi, Casey! Casey is on, one of the people we coach. He's absolutely amazing, and he learns something about what happens when you grow up having a different learning style, like my son has, like I have, like so many of you have, and how that can define your story and impact you in adulthood. And holy cow, super, super powerful. That episode alone is going to transform so many lives around the world. And so it dropped yesterday, and I'm super proud of it. And one of the other things that came out of it is you just never know what's going on in people's lives. The ending coaching session with Cassandra, she was having all kinds of relationship problems, completely iced out her sister. Both of them had no relationship. And right after the coaching session was done, she took everything that she learned. She reached out to her sister, and she learned that her sister had distanced herself because her sister was going through some stuff. She learned that they both were going through some unbelievable things in their lives that were exactly the same. She completed issues with her father, and she and her boyfriend got sober. She's never been healthier. She's never been better. She has ignited her power and found her passion. And it goes to show you that you can sit and you can judge because you're afraid to have the conversation with somebody that's estranged from you or that you miss, or you can push through that fear. You can silence it and you can take control of your life. You can win the mental game and you can actually find out what's going on with people, and you're probably going to be surprised. So in any event, I just want to thank you for all of your support. I want to thank you for always coming up and saying hello when you see us racing through the airports. I want to thank you for dealing with me when I'm running on empty and fueling up on Pringles after being in 2 states, delivering a speech, flying 3 hours, doing a meet and greet, and spending 2 hours I can't even. I need a steak and a glass of wine. That's what I need, and a bath. I need a bath because I don't smell very good.
One question that we are getting a lot of questions, but one that I just wanted to address is cool thing that you don't need to be an Audible subscriber. That was a question someone asked if you needed to be an Audible subscriber, and we realized that you don't. You can
you don't need to be. You just go to Amazon and Google "Take Control of Your Life," and you'll find it. 10 hours of content. There's a 55-page workbook that goes with it for free. Yeah. And you can get it without even buying it. Because we like to give away free stuff, right? I hate selling. So this is worth buying. Take Control of Your Life because it's 10 hours of content. And you'll have it forever, and you can share it with anybody that you want, and you're going to listen to it over and over and over, and you're probably going to binge listen to it. But if you go to melrobbins.com/takecontrol, you can get access to the free workbook. It's 55 pages long, and it takes you step by step through the takeaways from each coaching session. So in addition to hearing me coach Casey and hearing Casey's story and hearing the breakthroughs that Casey's having that you're going to be able to relate to, I then take like 40 minutes and unpack the entire coaching session so that you have takeaway after takeaway after takeaway after takeaway. And then if you go to melrobbins.com/takecontrol, you can download a 55-page workbook. I just want to say something. I am slightly slurring my words because I'm exhausted. I'm not drunk. I have not been drinking. I am just really tired. Having woken up in Dallas, given a speech, done a book signing, flown 3 hours, gotten to Vegas, done a 2-hour conversation about a book. What?
I don't think you're sorry.
I feel my mouth
doing the thing
where it's starting to swell on me. Might be the altitude of being in Vegas. Might be that I'm eating salt for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Might be that I haven't had a lot of water today.
Yeah.
But I just feel my mouth closing in on me. What else?
Last thing, answering some questions.
We're answering questions on Audible.
Yep.
So if you go to Audible on Instagram, which is just @Audible, maybe it's a salt. Because I feel like my brain is trying to tell my mouth to talk, but my mouth is not working. It's almost like, when you go to the dentist and they numb your mouth and it's starting to work and you feel your lips starting to swell. I'm having that feeling right now. What else am I supposed to? Are we ending?
Take Control on Audible. We're answering some questions later tonight, if you can believe it. On Audible story. We're answering some questions. So if you just go over to their page, they will be there.
And then I'm piecing out and going downstairs in this hotel, and I'm ordering a big fat steak because I need iron and protein.
Cool.
And mashed potatoes and cream spinach and a horseradish sauce. Doesn't that sound delicious? It sounds like the best meal of my life, and it's going to be. And you know what else? I'm going to be in bed by 9 o'clock tonight because Mel needs some sleep. I'm tired. And I want to thank Crown Counsel. They gave me the single best gift I've ever gotten from a speaking client. I love all my speaking clients, but this was super clever. First of all, Mel, I can't even say my own name. I'm so tired. Mel Robbins loves a hot bath. I love myself a good bath. They gave me bath bombs in the shape of a rocket. How freaking cool is that? I love baths. Rocket, 5-second roll. I'm going to be using this here. Woo, I'm tired. Okay, and I've got my track pants on. I feel like I'm ready for retirement. Okay. Well, I'm so tired.
That's it.
So what I want to tell you. We'll be live on Monday. It'll also be a weird time because we're flying to LA for meetings related to the talk show at the crack of dawn. So it'll probably be midday when Coffee Talk happens. But I want you to have an amazing weekend. If nobody else tells you today, I want to be the one to tell you that I love you. And I believe in your ability to change your life because I believe in your ability to change how you think and to change what you do. And when you change what you do and how you think in small ways, it adds up to really big, amazing things. And that's why I'm here every single weekday to remind you of that you got this. And if you're at all curious about Take Control, get on over to Audible, go to Amazon, and just buy it, because I would love to spend 10 hours with you. And I would love to share this game-changing content with you. I learned a lot doing this project, and it has definitely helped me take control of my life, my body, and the mind-body connection, and my response to fear in ways that I had never been able to. And it's in large part due to what I learned from people like Casey, who were the folks that I coached. So have an awesome weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday. And I'll see you over on Audible answering questions.